Season 6, Episode 17, Dungeons and Discords. We start in the cottage. Always nice to see Discord around. So much fun. He thinks he's going on the trip, but no. Though, really, I mean, other than the possible diplomatic problems, I mean, he could have, I suppose. You could shrink down and fit in her saddlebag, and
he already did.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, he could just come on the trip with her. But it is good for him to get out and not be so reliant on Fluttershy. Have other friends as well.
I think that was the key point she was trying to make.
Yes.
Like, you can have other friends. You're kind of smothering me. Come on.
It's part
I'm resisting so hard not to make a dirty joke.
Anyway, an important growth for him is to attach to other people as well, other ponies rather.
Yeah.
We start. He also says he's suggesting Puerto Caballo. Caballo is a male horse in Spanish, and also slang for cocaine. But moving on, so literally it's Port Stallion. I wonder if it's like Fire Island.
Who knows?
Yes. Let's see. Princess Celestia's taking them on a tour of Yakistan last minute. Does anyone plan anything more than a day in advance around here?
Apparently not.
Not even Celestia. I mean, admittedly, she's a monarch. She can do what she wants, but...
To be fair, they really can't plan anything too far in advance because their plans always get ruined by an evil monster.
I was just about to say that. Celestia is like, you know what? Screw it. Let's not plan out anything in advance. Just say, Equation's probably going to be destroyed tomorrow, so let's just,
Maybe it's a strategy. Right, it's like, if even we don't know what's going to happen, how can our enemies figure out what's going to happen?
Exactly.
If we don't know what we're doing, how can they know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We get a slice of Discord being genre savvy, hang out with sidekicks. Like,
yep.
You're just a sidekick. At one point, Spike quite literally was a sidekick.
Yes, he was. That was almost a fourth wall break there.
Yeah, considering he was also in an episode called Just for Sidekicks.
For Sidekicks, yep.
Opposite Flutters is always fun.
Yes.
Even in Opposite Land, though, the funny thing is the worst she could come up with was Sassafras.
Yeah.
I know you can't go very far with, a kid show and what you can say, but she didn't say jerk or idiot or anything like that. She's like,
well, I mean, it's not as bad as when she said peas.
Oh.
I know.
How did that get past the censors?
No, right?
Careful or she'll get peeved.
Watch your language, young lady. I also love the good smug face Flutters. As she toyed with his pride a little. Unless you're afraid they won't like you.
Yes.
Fluttershy can be... I love her and all, but she can be controlling.
She can be manipulative every once in a while when she needs to be.
I mean, she does have the stare.
Yes. But, even without being, like, overtly manipulative like that, she's like, oh, yes, unless you're afraid they won't like you, and just toying with his pride a little bit, and,
yeah.
She's got that kind of,
I think that's what he likes about her.
Yeah. She's got that kind of, I'm I'm soft and nice and kind, but I also have a slightly manipulative side that I can, I don't have to be mean to get my way. I can just
It's
be kind
actually
in very selective ways, and I can get them to do what I want. It's like, was it Silk Over Steel or something like that? Or
it's kind of hard to
Yamato
say.
Nadeshiko. It also kind of falls in that kind of thing, which I think she's popular in Japan. I'm not sure.
You get more honey.
Yeah.
Which is not,
You get more flies with honey than vinegar.
Yeah, it's like instead of putting fighting with them or being overtly combative with them, just using slight little things here and there, a thousand little cuts to make people do what you want. You just pull this string here and this little emotion string there, and they do what I want. And I didn't have to threaten anybody. I didn't have to yell at anybody. They just did what I want because I pulled a few strings. Pulled the right strings, and nobody gets hurt, and everything goes the way I want it to.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to actually decide who my favorite of main six is. I mean, I like Rarity only because voicing Elusive is easy.
Yeah, because you just have to sound as gay as you really are.
Yeah. But, I mean, AJ, I like her too because technically my family does have an apple orchard.
Best Pony.
Oh.
Come over to the
best. We all know Discord is Best Pony.
Come over to the apple side. We have apples.
Discord is best 10% pony.
And apple accessories.
Discord is best MLP character.
I sell apples and apple accessories. Okay.
I think somebody actually made that comment.
Do you sell road apples?
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
We get theme. We're at the train station. Turning the end of the train line into a volcano. Good thing a different train hadn't started out just a little bit earlier.
Right.
Being
like Discord minds.
Well, he knows it would irritate Fluttershy to know. It would upset Fluttershy, so he wouldn't. I don't think he would. He'd do it just to mess around, but he's not going to do it to hurt anyone anymore because he knows it would hurt Fluttershy's
That would upset
feeling.
his precious Fluttershy.
Yes. The precious. Let's see. Fluttershy learning the single eyebrow raise from Best Pony. Masterfully uses to bring the Lord of Chaos into line. She didn't even say anything. She just raised one eyebrow, and he's just like, okay.
Hey, you gotta admit, if it works, it works.
She has him tamed.
Yes.
She has domesticated the King of Chaos.
Yes. Unattractive yet functional hiking boots. Sounds like the practical pony of the group to me. Though that sounds like something that Rarity used to describe it, as somebody said somewhere I read. It's like, that kind of sounds like what Rarity would say about it. Those are ugly, but they're... And then she'd reply, well, yeah, but they're functional. They're very functional. They're very good boots.
That's true.
Can't you think about fashion for once? Let's see. We get a pony eating Yeti. Pinky still announces as if the Yeti is a parade. Yeti food for the pony eating Yeti. Distract the pony eating Yeti. It's like, yes, that kind of plays into her almost kind of Batman pony thing she has with preparation.
Well, no, you see, here's the thing with Pinkie Pie. See, Pinkie Pie, as has been kind of proven before, she knows that she is in a children's TV show, and so there's no way she will ever get hurt.
Yeah,
really badly.
At least not severely.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does end up with.
The heroes never die. What are you talking about?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I had a thought, but I lost it there for a second. Discord is initially resistant to the idea, but he comes around to Guy's Night. Guy's Night is what brings him around. Though he throws in zoot suits, fedoras. It's a bit odd for him.
His idea of Guy's Night is, stag night.
Yeah. Zoot
Although,
suits, fedoras.
my question is, which one of them did he think was getting married? Because his idea of Guy's Night is a stag night. Which I guess makes sense considering they're anthropomorphized animals, but still.
Well, maybe they're both getting married.
To each other.
Okay, everybody, that is the new ship. Spike and Big Mac.
Oh, gosh.
Everybody start drawing pictures of it now and send it to us.
What I find disturbing is that we said that almost simultaneously. This group has been spending way too much time with each other. Don't we just do that?
We just knew each other's ship automatically.
Well, it was an obvious lobbed up joke, and we just both swung for it at the same time.
Yes.
Let's see. Discord apparently has a secretary named June.
Hey, June's a good name.
Yes. And
well, last month it was May, so.
Next month it'll be September because Lord of Chaos. It's got to go out of order. And apparently calls Celestia KK.
That's why it was June in the middle of September.
Yeah, I still cannot figure out the KK nickname.
Oh, I researched that a little. I read somebody say it, and I also researched it a little bit. It was an old phrase in. Well, it's German for Kaiserlich Königlich, which is they used to call in, I think, Austria, the imperial royals and all the kind of accoutrement of the state and that sort of thing was called KK for short.
Oh.
So that's probably where that came from. It's weird, but nah. The animators had a ton
That's
of
funny
fun.
because.
Go ahead.
That's funny because I hear that a lot as instead of saying okay, they say KK because I don't know, they're stupid. I hear that. I hear people say that a lot, KK, instead of saying okay.
I never say it, but I type it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Though it kind of reminds me of if you watch any anime, it's like hi, and they're gonna be doing something, or that sort of thing. It's like KK.
Moshi moshi.
Well, that's hello, but
I know.
You know the reason why they say why
you said hi.
Mm-hmm. No, hi is in yes. They're agreeing to do something. They're like hi, yes, KK.
Well, there's also oui.
Yeah, that's French. You know why they
and
say...
I don't just mean when you have to go to the bathroom.
Yes. The reason they say mushi, I think the tradition was that it's a really hard thing for a fox to say, so it would be hard to impersonate somebody if they said mushi mushi, it meant that they weren't a fox because it would be very difficult for a fox to say that for some reason. That's what I've heard.
And why would a fox be answering the phone?
Because it's a magical fox. It's a spirit fox. It's a yokai. It's it's trying to fool you over the phone. But if it can't say mushi mushi, then you know it's a fox. I mean,
Yeah.
It's probably not taken very seriously, but it's a thing. But anyways, the
You're a
animators.
thing.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. The animators had a lot of fun with Discord moving in this episode. They always seem to have fun with him, especially doing the cube link. They love the cube link, which is, understandable. Ding. Next up, Twilight's Castle. Discord is announced by trumpeters and a tiny Discord that uses the old running sound from the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. The ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. He comes with a list of the rowdiest establishments in Ponyville. It may be short, but I would have loved to see the puns pulled in that list.
Yes.
Because you know it's a pun. It's a really bad horse pun. And I imagine there are enough fanfics out there that you could probably pretty easily find somebody who's come up with a good name for that. For a funny...
Yeah, but the thing is, the writers
I know.
can't actually
Yeah, I know
read the
that, but-
fanfics. So.
I know that, but like, we could find it, but like, if they can write it, if an amateur can write it, can come up with something like that, what can a professional do looking for puns?
Right.
Discord has his own wood-paneled man cave. Looks like it's from the 70s or 80s. He reminisces about trapping them in a maze. He does struggle with his reformation a bit, sometimes.
Just a bit. Not too much. Just a bit.
At this point, we get into ogres and oubliettes, which is actually referenced in the comics. And it's funny because it would have been funny, and I think it would have been interesting to do if Shining Armor had been blinked in for the game, given that he's a known player of the game, albeit a bit rusty, I would imagine. It's right there in kind of his comic with how he and Cadence got together.
Yeah.
But that would have been cool too, to add just a third, actually a kind of a second pony that talks, other than Discord, because he's basically Discord talks to Spike, Spike talks to Discord, Big Mac sits there, occasionally says yep or nope.
And yeah,
He's very monosyllabic.
during the guys' night thing.
Yeah. He's very monosyllabic, so, having Shining Armor there, too, would be fun. It would be kind of... He knows the game, he'd be able to slip right in, so you wouldn't have to teach him anything. And it would be funny to have just another character to give dialogue in. And confuse Shining Armor as well. It's like, wait, I was just doing paperwork. What's going on?
Well, hopefully that's what Ollie was doing. I mean, sundown at
At the Crystal Empire.
at Crystal Empire, he might have gone to bed by now,
Yes, and
or been
well,
taking care of his kid or something.
yes, that would be the thing. Would be, you'd want to make sure that that Cadence was there. I mean, she didn't mention that Cadence was coming with them to Yakistan, but she could have been, and that could have been another reason why they didn't bring him in. But it would have been funny to blink him in. You got Discord, Lord of Chaos. You don't think he could blink him in? That would be the epitome of chaos. Oh, I was doing paperwork in the office, and boop, now I'm in my sister's castle with Discord, Spike, and Big Mac. What the heck? Oh, we're playing Oubliettes and Ogres. Ogres and Oubliettes. Would you like to join us? I haven't played that in years. What version are you using? Who's the DM? Unicorn
Big
Prince.
Mac.
Actually, Spike is generally the DM in this episode.
I
Yeah.
know, but what if Big Mac was the DM?
Oh God.
Yep.
Yeah, you need somebody who's going to say more than one syllable to do it. We get a unicorn
And
princess.
the orange pony's monosyllabic brother.
Yes. Unicorn princess named Schmerity. Really, Spike? Really? Though he does have a plushie of her, so that's a thing. You know, Discord obviously picked it up on it. It's like, come on, really?
Your secret's safe with me.
Yeah, he does the
I
zipper
did like
chain.
it.
Go ahead.
I did like later with the octopus king, and it's like
The Squizzard.
the skizzard rather.
Squizzard.
Squizzard.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, I'm going to steal Rarity, or Schmerity.
Slip of the magical tongue there, Discord. When he zips it up, though, when he unzips it, he keeps the zipper chain like there, and it's kind of creepy looking.
It is, instead of teeth, he has zipper teeth.
And it's just kind of creepy.
I thought it was hilarious.
Let's see. Okay, we get introductions. Spike, I'm Garbuncle, a famous magician. Everyone treats me with the utmost respect.
Twilight. Sorry.
Definitely not being himself, which Discord points out. Also, a carbuncle is a group of pus-filled lumps forming a connective area of infection under the skin. If you wanted to know. Probably didn't. Hope nobody was eating at this point. For someone with such a vibrant imagination, Discord sure has trouble getting into the spirit of it. I suppose because it isn't his rules they're going by.
Yeah.
He likes being in control of the situation, and not being in control of the situation, well, that's just not his thing. He likes to pull strings. At the peak of the frustration, we get the Mask homage. It's suitable for one mischievous spirit to reference another, which the spirit in the mask was supposed to be Loki, which makes sense. I mean, troublemaker. Not quite really chaos, but definitely a troublemaker. So, one troublemaker to another. So,
Yeah.
he keeps trying to get them to play on his terms, which is again control. He's afraid to lose control of what's going on around him. We get the transition to a simulation of O&O. Probably the best Discord could have done to get into the game. Big Mac is Dovahkiin, Appleborn. Also, now a unicorn. Which I
Not
guess
the
is the only
first
way
time.
well, no, he was an alicorn before, in the dream.
Well, I mean, not the first time where he
Yeah.
had a horn.
Okay.
At least he's not dressed as a princess.
Whatever could you be talking
yeah.
about? Oh, what was his name for Sisterhood Social? Oh, that's
Apple Orchard, I think it was, or something, or something Orchard.
Yeah. It wasn't that. But, whatever. Dovahkiin Appleborn. Uh, Discord would be a pretty vicious but creative DM. It looks like.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, find out with Discord running the O&O simulation, the holodeck safety protocols are offline again.
Of course.
They're always offline. It's like, if
You know what it
barely...
reminded me of?
Go ahead.
Especially with the line he says with the squizzard came to get him. It reminded me of Cupid. The episode where they were in Sherwood Forest.
Oh yes,
and he created the entire scene, and it's like, I just made it. It's had its own mind.
Yes, and we had the weird. Was that the one with the weird, like Q mating thing?
No, that was actually Q and Gray, and that was a totally different group. That was in Voyager. Cupid was where Picard was Robin Hood, Vash was Maid Marian, and Q was Sheriff of Nottingham.
Let's see. Big Mac and Spike pity Discord, which was unfathomable to Discord. Pity me? I'm the Lord of Chaos. I'm Discord. Which was really confusing for him. Discord has difficulty apologizing.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. I'm sorry, what was that? I'm trying to say I'm sorry, all right.
Yes, now accept it or I'll turn you into cheese.
Not outside of his abilities. Learns a bit of humility and how to play well with others, how to look past the book's covers and see the inside, and to give new things a try. There's a lot of lessons for him in this episode.
Yeah.
At this point, the mares return. Twilight doesn't recognize O&O. I guess Shiny kept it hidden away from her. Wonder if he's who got Spike into it. Shining got Spike into it. Like
Maybe.
Spike wandered downstairs one time and caught him and his friends playing O&O, and it's like, why don't you join us? And
I don't think it's that she doesn't recognize the game. I think she doesn't recognize it off the table. Plus,
Possibly.
if you know Dungeons and Dragons, there are different monsters for every game. They come up with different storylines for each game.
Yeah.
So she might not be familiar with that, with the Squizzard, because that was one Spike came up with on his own.
I don't know.
I mean, come on, Schmerity. Because a good DM actually comes up with their own stories anyway, so...
Yeah.
Let the jet pass. You can hear that.
Yes, very loudly.
Alright, then we get Rainbow Dash saying, doing loops around me? Move along, before I turn you into cheese. Rainbow Dash says, did you see Big Mac's sword? Okay.
That's
Wrong stream.
Wrong stream.
Yeah.
Bless me.
No, thank you.
Dash becomes a rogue, and Pinky a bard. Now, if Pinky was in fact a gypsy, Would that in fact make her a gypsy bard? I respect you more for laying out on that joke and just not giving it any traction whatsoever.
I'm just thinking I could totally see her as a gypsy.
When you're rife with devastation, there's a simple explanation. You're a toy maker's creation. But it was a good episode for Growth for Discord. A fairly good episode overall. And that's about all I had to say about the subject.
And I don't know about you, but that's happened to me plenty of times. What happened to Discord with the you are vehemently against something, and you're like, you know, it's that green eggs and ham syndrome where it's like, oh hell no, I'm not gonna do that. That's so lame. I don't want to do that. And you're so against it, and then you're like, fine, and you end up having fun anyway. Once you give into it, you end up having fun. Plus, you missed the biggest, the not the biggest, but the biggest minutia of the entire episode.
Okay.
Discord was Legolas. Discord was freaking Legolas.
I wasn't particularly worried about missing minutia with you on board, really.
Discord was Legolas. I was like, why of all the... Why? I hate him. Why Lego loser? You could have picked so many other characters. Why him?
It's so perfect.
He even has a little leaf, like, cape clip.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a picture of him right now.
And the little braids in his hair and everything.
By the way, my favorite character in Lord of the Rings, Samwise.
Samwise is
He's
awesome.
a good, strong character. I do agree.
I can't carry the ring for you, Mr. Frodo, but I can carry you.
God damn, Frodo, what did you eat? You're as heavy as a mule.
And he does play one of the best turtles.
Really?
He plays Raphael
I did not know that.
The guy who plays Samwise?
in the 2012 series.
Huh.
In the 2012 series, Sean Astin plays Raphael.
Cool.
Huh. That is really cool.
Yes.
And Rob Paulson, who played Raphael in the original cartoon, now plays Donatello.
Huh.
Interesting. I would think if you could get him, you'd keep him in the same role. Like,
Yeah, but you see, the way this series is very different from the 87 series. The 87 series was lighter. It was the 80s cartoons. You know how those all were.
super cheesy.
And so, so Raphael was cool but rude, and he was more of a snarky kind of rude, you know, where he made these joking comments and stuff and ribs about stuff, you know, like, get a load of that guy type thing, which Rob Paulson's voice was perfect for. But in the new series, it's a little darker. It's closer to the comics, and it's got a darker, grittier feel to it. So they wanted somebody with a more rough vocal style to play Raphael. So they had Sean Astin, who plays the bully teenager, you know? He's more of a bully in this one and more of a hothead than the 87 series. And Rob Paulson also is really good with geeks, so it's like, we want to keep you as a Ninja Turtle, so you're Donatello because you're the geeky dude. And now Seth Green is Leonardo.
Okay.
That's green.
It was originally what was his name? The dude from Scrubs. Something
Zach
Braff
Braff.
or Braggs
Zach
or
Braff.
Briggs. Yeah. Yeah, him.
That's a weird
He
cat.
was
There's a couple
he
weird
was
casting
the
choices, but I guess it may work in the series. If I saw the series, it might work.
And Beast Boy is Beast. I don't remember which version of Beast Boy, but Greg Sipes is Michelangelo, and he is so perfect for Michelangelo.
Yeah,
He is the only Michelangelo I actually like.
The characteristics are very similar.
I hate Michelangelo in every continuity except Greg Sipes' version because he is too adorable to hate.
Well, I think with some extra turtle talk on the end, tacked on the end there. Do we have any other remaining thoughts before we close up the Dungeons and Discords review?
Let me think. It's been like a week since I've seen it, so I got. No, Doc mentioned the Legolas thing. Oh,
That's the most important part.
technically good. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So yeah, I'm good.
All right. Well, that's the end of the review.